Now, I think it's fair to say that the Taylormade Sim2 and the Callaway Epic Speed could potentially be two of the biggest named drivers in 2021. So the only real thing left to do would be compare them on the golf course. And let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. Guys, first things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all back to the channel. I'd like to welcome you to the channel if you're new to the channel. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss any of the great golf related content that brings you guys 365 days a year. In today's video, we are testing the Callaway Epic Speed against the brand new Taylormade Sim2. You don't want to miss this. Oh yeah, and did I mention we're using shot tracer as well? What a shot that is to start. So that's the Callaway Epic Speed. That's now got a wet grip. Let's go Taylormade Sim2. Now, the looks here are going to divide opinion. There's no doubt of that. Let's see how it works. We're ditching the fade for now. Oh, I'll tell you what. They're going to be very close. Now, the Taylormade Sim... Oh, the wire's coming out. Now, the Taylormade Sim was a number 5 golf ball. We're using exactly the same golf ball. We're using the Taylormade TP5X picks, and the Callaway was, if I can ever get this head cover on, a number 3. Let's go and see which performed better on this first tee. So guys, as always, you will know that it's imperative to me that you're a part of my videos. And by that, I mean I want you to get in those comments below and let's get discussing 2021. Can't believe I'm saying that. Drivers, would you go for the Epic? Would you go for the Sim2? Or is there something else you'd like on your list that you'd like me to test? Get in the comments and let me know. So straight away, walking up this fairway, we've got one up on the left-hand side in the fairway, you can see there, and the second shot, which I think is a little bit shorter, up the right-hand side of the fairway. Now, we've gone off the back tee markers today just to see how far these kind of go. It's very wet underfoot, it's wintry conditions, and we've got here, where is it? The 5. So that's the Taylormade Sim, and up there is the Callaway, which actually I did feel like I struck the Callaway a tiny smidge bit better. The Sim felt a little bit bottomy, and the Callaway felt like I got it a little bit out the toe, not massively, but let's play this one in. Let's see if we can make a nice birdie. I love these videos because I basically play better ball. Would it have made a difference to the score being 10 yards further back? I'm not entirely sure it would. Oh, that's lovely. Sit. Ooh, it could be lovely or it could be long. Now, the real interesting point for me when we do these videos is kind of strokes gained. How much do you gain from picking up a couple of yards? I've not got a towel. How much do you gain from picking up a few yards? I know that's not going to work. I know when I speak to Mark Crossfield about it, he's a massive advocate that even a couple of yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards over the course of a round of golf can make all the difference. So as it stands, the Callaway is winning. And I know a huge talking point amongst people when you buy a new driver or you get a new driver is going and getting fitted, making sure you get the right head, the right shaft, the right head settings. And you see, I can't believe we've gone along with that. That's criminal. And you see, I do feel like I've done a pretty good job of matching these two clubs up. So if we look at shafts in question, I've got 2 hazardous shafts, both in a 6.5, both mid-spin, both 60 gram. One's the Hazardous Smoke MI10 and one's the Hazardous Smoke RDX. So 2 very similar shafts. If we look at the heads, I mean, these are about as similar as they come. We've got the standard Sim2 head in 9°. We've got the standard Callaway Epic Speed head in 9°. Both of them are set on that standard loft, and both of them are ram-packed full of technology. Now, there's a small matter of this birdie putt here. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on this because it's not what the video is about, but I have been testing the new Odyssey White Hot OG, and this video should be out. It should have been out a while now, actually. But this may or may not be finding its way in my bag because you'll have to watch the video, but right, come on. No line up, no respect, straight in. Go on, go on. That's in my circle, I'll give myself that. Easy, sort of. Now, the really interesting thing about that is we've taken the longest drive, we've taken the Callaway drive, when it was down the left side of the fairway. If I'd have taken the Sim drive, which was down the right-hand side of the fairway, maybe a little bit further back, would I have been closer to the flag. Obviously a 9-9 and a pitching wedge, you don't think there's much difference, would you? But then you just want to hit it further, surely. And that's where, for me, these videos, although they're a load of fun, is golf all about distance now? Has Bryson and the boys, this head cover's really annoying on the Callaway, have they now won? Are they just not worth competing against? Or can the short man win? Because I don't hit it very far. With any driver. And if you are like me, where you don't hit it that far with any driver, you search for those marginal gains. You look for those gains where, can I gain 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards? Or should I just go to the gym? Should I lose a bit of weight? Should I get faster and then have some lessons and not spend the best part of £500 on a shiny new toy? I guess that's another video for another day. Right, 409 yards, and we'll switch the order. So we're going to go Taylormade Sim first this time, or SIM2 should I say. SIM2, we can't get that wrong. Not the most original name, is it? I'm going to give you a comparison in sound and feel in this video as well, just because I feel like for some people that's as important as all the numbers and the mumbo jumbo and the performance. Not a lot of people, but some people. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. And if we want a fair test, I guess I'm now going to have to a decent swing on that Callaway. That was wonderful. Callaway ball number 3. Now, looking down at them both, I actually struggle to separate them for which one I prefer. That sounds strange because they look totally different, but oh, that was a bit necky. That's going to be the left side. Safe, I think. Right. Definitely not as good a strike as last time. Necky and a toey one for the Callaway to start. But then this is why I really enjoy getting out on the golf course to test these clubs, because it's all right being in the simulation. I do enjoy seeing the numbers and testing the numbers and seeing those marginal differences. But for me, you just can't beat that feeling of, oh, I need to hit the fairway here. I really want to get it as far up as I can. I want to put the best swing on it as I can, so I can show you guys in the shot tracer just how wonderful that ball flight is. You don't always get that on an indoor test, but if you do want to see an indoor comparison with these two clubs, get in the comments below and let me know, and hit that like button. 3,000 likes, practically give it away, and it's there. Right, so walking up the left hand side, this is our first missed fairway, and this is going to be the Callaway. I remember the ball flight, I remember the shot. Interestingly, 2 balls left with the Taylormade number 3, but 2 totally different swings, 2 totally different strike patterns, a toe and a heel, both got a little bit left on me. Then we've got the Sim up in the fairway there, so a little bit further. Obviously now these are both becoming strike dependent, swing dependent, both performing well when I hit them well. But it's those fine details, isn't it, that maybe the romantic on-course testing isn't quite as conclusive. Bit of a mud ball here. I must say though, I'm impressed with the distance. I don't think I'd be much further behind anyway with anything, but right, what have we got here? Now I've only got kind of half sets and clubs. I'm trying to get as many videos filmed as I can. So we're gonna have to, I'm just gonna punch a 5-iron in, you know, actually. It's not, I've done a few videos with these and they're so hard to hit, yet so pleasing at the same time. Let's just punch one up. It could be all over it. It's not big again. I think that's okay. Might have just missed left. No towel again. Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail. So another interesting point about both these drivers is neither of them have movable weight technology in them anymore. Last time we had the Callaway Epic Flash range that had the movable weight at the back. Obviously the Taylormade Sim had the movable weights in the front. The Sim Max obviously didn't. The M5 had the movable weights. The M6 didn't. The M3 had the movable weights. The M4 didn't. You get the drift. But none of these SIM2 drivers have a movable weight in there at all, which I find quite interesting. I did ask Taylormade about this and they said that the performance you lose from not having the adjustability is outweighed of the performance of the new structure. So there's that. Right guys, so flag high just about left. I mean, I wouldn't really have this down as a birdie chance, but I suppose it's a putt, isn't it? Oh, actually, it's maybe a par chance at best. Turn, turn. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Let's have a birdie, he says. Leaves himself 6 foot for par. Oh, he drains it. The putter's got to go in, hasn't it? Got to go in. Right. So we're tied at 1 each, which is, well, quite apt really, because we've got 1 hole left. I'd also like to get in there as well, guys, that I don't want you to go and choose a driver like this. I don't want you to go and play 3 holes and pick whichever one you feel like wins, because you need to spend more time on it than that. You need to put more resources into it. Go and get a fitting. Go and try them if you can on a golf course. Take demo clubs out. The one thing which I like to do outside is get a feel for the sound, because if you are getting fitted inside, the sound isn't always the same when you get outside. And the last thing you want to do is spend a load of money on a driver that you don't like the sound of outside, because you spend more time golfing outside than you do inside, unless you're me. And on that basis, I think both these drivers sound good. I think Callaway have definitely upped the game when it comes to the audio. I think Taylormade have always made good sounding drivers, and that's one of the reasons why I've used them on and off. But I do think the Callaway sounds better than the Maverick than last year's. It looks better as well. Could it? Could it? Right, par 5 off the back sticks. You need a big drive away. We're going to go Callaway first this time, which means it's the number 3 ball, which is in here. And when it comes to looks, I reckon that the Taylormade's going to please more people from on top than the last one, because they've gone back to that darker colour. But I think the Callaway just looks nice and subtle, like it always has done. It almost looks like the old Epic, if we remember that, but they've taken away that horrible line which was on top, which nobody really liked. I think underneath, for shelf appeal, I think that's going to grow on people, but I do think it's going to struggle. The inertia generator, I mean, you're going to do well to make that look appetising, aren't you? Whereas the Callaway from underneath, the shape of it and everything looks wonderful. The colour scheme I like the name, I like how they've gone back to it. They've stuck to the story they were trying to tell. And I think even that white bit on the toe is going to make people kind of pick it up off the shelf if that's what you see. So, looks wise, I'll tell you in a minute once I've hit these shots, because I do think looking down at it's more important than that initial shelf appeal. Wind's off the left and down, so it suits that potential fade. Oh, if that fades back, it's perfect. Come on, keep going. I have noticed with the Callaway that it's a very high launching initial ball flight, and that's been with most of them if I've stuck them there or thereabouts. I noticed that in the indoor testing as well. That was fairly central, so I'm happy with that. Right. Taylormade, come on, same flight, nice high fade. Let's get a good test out of these. Oh yeah, it's leaking a bit actually, but sound-wise, Taylormade still wins. That's what I had. Now this is interesting because I missed a fairway there. That was middled as well. That was fairly middled as well. I missed a fairway there both sides, but both felt like good strikes. Neither of them I'd be unhappy with in a tournament playing with mates. But for me, sound-wise, the Sim2 is taking it outside. It sounded more meaty there, and I did enjoy it, although Callaway have definitely upped the game. And I do think that's important, because when you buy a drive, when you spend that much money on it, you don't just want it to perform. You don't just want it to look good in the bag. You want it, when you hit it, you want that, because feedback in golf is purely sound, isn't it? The feel is based on the sound. All that kind of reinforcement that builds up your confidence is based on how the club sounds when you nail it, when you hit it, when you absolutely middle it. Like that one, although it went right. So let's get down there, let's assess the damage. It's quite interesting because although, like I said, they were both good, felt like good swings. One went a little bit right in the Sim. The Callaway held on to the left a little bit. Which one would I rather the miss be? Probably rather it be the right, because I've always hit it left, but it's It's going to be a close one to call. Guys, get in the comments below before we finish this video and let me know what you think. Did I leave my phone up there? If it's not in there. Yeah, we did. Well, I've got a little bit more time to go because I left my phone on the tee. Got it. This is what Shot Tracer does. I very nearly just left that and let the group behind hand it in, but you never know, do you? You never know. Right, now let's assess the damage. The Taylormade Sim has been quite lucky to avoid these two bunkers actually. It's covered in mud. I'm assuming actually that's where it's pitched, so not much run out. And this is also where you've got to be quite careful with outdoor testing on the golf course. Although it's fun, although I think you should probably do it, although I think it's beneficial, you don't really know kind of what bumps and humps and bounces you're getting. So let's see where the Callaway's finished. I'm walking directly across the hole now just to see what the difference in distance was like. The dispersion was totally different. Could have been a slightly stronger ball fly. I'm gonna say it's going to be just over this hump, and it's not. Oh, it's here. So actually the Sim's done it by probably a yard or two, looking at where those bunkers are. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to leave you on that. So I'm going to leave you on that, guys. For me, which is the best driver of these two? I think it's going to totally depend on what you like, the sound of, the feel of, the look of. The Sim's probably taken that last hole, so performance, we're talking like minuscule differences, but I'm going to go with the Sim just because I missed that one slightly right as opposed to left. It's not a huge difference, but for me, I like the sound of it as well. Looks wise, I'm going to go with the Callaway. I think Callaway really upped the game looks wise. I think the shape of it's fantastic. I love they've taken away that horrible line on top. I think these are going to be two drivers to try in 2021, guys. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave us a like and comment below which driver will you be trying and potentially getting in your bag for 2021. Bye.